Good morning, students. In my previous video and online class, I had explained the chapter 3 metals and non-metals. In this chapter, already I have explained the physical properties and physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now today, I will explain the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So first of all, we will discuss the chemical properties of metals. So first point is reaction of metal with oxygen. So whenever any metals like sodium, potassium, calcium react with oxygen, now it will form the metallic oxides. For example, sodium react with oxygen and it will form the sodium oxide. And these metal oxides are basic in nature. These metallic oxides are basic in nature, or these are basic oxides. Why these are basic oxides? Because these basic oxide react with water, it will form the bases. For example, just you are looking the sodium react with oxygen, it will form the sodium oxide. Now these sodium oxide react with water, it will form the sodium hydroxide. But some metal oxides show both acidic and basic properties. They are called amphoteric oxides. This is very important topic. What do you mean by amphoteric oxides? So those metal oxides which show acidic as well as basic properties, that is known as amphoteric oxides. For example, aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, etc. Here, when aluminium oxide react with hydrochloric acid, so it will form the aluminium chloride and water. Again, this aluminium oxide react with sodium hydroxide, it will form the sodium aluminate. This is basic oxides. So, these amphoteric oxides show acidic and basic nature both. Amphoteric oxides react with both acid as well as bases to form salt and water. Here aluminium chloride, this is also salt, and sodium aluminate, this is also salt. Now, second chemical property of metals, reaction of metals with water. So these metal react with water, it will form the metallic hydroxide. Metal react with water, and water may be any form, maybe cold water, hot water or steam. So potassium react violently with cold water to form potassium hydroxide and heat energy is evolved. Same sodium also react with water, it will form the sodium hydroxide and heat energy is released. Why this heat energy is released? It means this reaction is highly exothermic. And what do we mean by exothermic reaction? So those reaction in which heat is evolved, that is known as exothermic reaction. Second one is calcium. Calcium react with cold water and it will form the calcium hydroxide. In this reaction, when calcium hydroxide is formed, so heat produced in this reaction is very less, which is not sufficient to burn the hydrogen gas. It means the piece of calcium metal start floating. The piece of calcium metal start floating because the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of metal. or in other word, the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed during the reaction which is streaked to its surface. So the reaction of calcium metal with water is less violent. So calcium is a less reactive than sodium and potassium. Next, some metals like aluminium, zinc, iron do not react with either cold water or hot water, but they react with steam to form the metal oxide and hydrogen. First of all, these aluminium and iron react with water and it will form the aluminium oxide, iron oxide and hydrogen gas is released. Here when iron react, so here we will take the red hot iron. It means red hot iron react with steam to form iron oxide and hydrogen. But some metals like lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water at all because these are very less reactive metals. Third chemical properties of metals is when metal react with dilute acid, it will form the salt and hydrogen. For example, magnesium react with hydrochloric acid, it will form the magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is evolved. Aluminium react with hydrochloric acid, it will form the aluminium chloride. Zinc react with hydrochloric acid, it will form the zinc chloride. Here in this diagram, I will explain clearly. Now in this test tube, we have taken the some zinc granules and whenever we will add the HCl acid, now immediately zinc react with hydrochloric acid and it will form the hydrogen gas. And this hydrogen gas evolved and through this delivery tube, it goes into a soap water. Here we have taken the bowl filled with soap water. Now the question is arise that how can you prove that zinc granules react with hydrochloric acid? Now hydrogen gas is released. So for proof that hydrogen gas is evolved, we will take immediately a burning candle on the mouth of this bowl. So we will see the pop sound. Whenever burning candle keeps on mouth of bowl, now immediately pop sounds will be arise. It means we will hear the pop sound and this pop sound is produced due to the presence of hydrogen gas. Is it clear? But some metals like copper, silver and gold do not react with dilute acids. Same reason, because these are very less reactive. Hydrogen gas, next point is hydrogen gas is not evolved when metal react with nitric acid. It means this hydrogen gas evolution is not applicable with nitric acid. Why? Because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes the hydrogen produced to water and is itself reduced into oxide. So students, when we will talk about the nitric acids, so nitric acid, first of all you have to write that nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and hydrogen, whenever hydrogen is produced to water, so this nitric acid oxidized to hydrogen and reduced to oxides of nitrogen. For example, dinitrogen monoxide N2O, nitrogen monoxide NO or nitrogen dioxide NO2. These type of oxides form depend upon the nature of metal, the temperature of reaction and concentration of nitric acid. Next, chemical properties of metals. When metal react with salt solution, here copper sulfate is a salt solution, and when metals react with copper sulfate or salt solution, so this is called displacement reaction. Displacement reaction, it means when any element is replaced to another element, that is called displacement reaction. In this reaction, we will see, suppose metal A react with salt solution B, and the products will be formed as salt solution of A and metal B. So here more reactive metal is always replaced to less reactive metal. For example, iron react with copper sulfate solution. Now it will form the iron sulfate. Here iron is a more reactive than copper. That's why iron replaced to copper from copper sulfate, and it will form the ferrous sulfates and copper. Here through this diagram I will explain. We have taken the test tube, and inside the test tube blue color copper sulfate solution is present, and whenever we will take iron nails inside the test tube, after some times we will observe that blue color, dark blue color of copper sulfate will be faded after some times, and it will form the grayish or green color. Why? Because here whenever we will add the iron nail, now this iron nail replace two copper from copper sulfate solution, and it will form the iron sulfate. And here we will see iron nail before the reaction, iron nail taken out from copper sulfate solution, and after the reaction you will see the changes of iron nail before the reaction and after the reaction. Okay students, now next property I will discuss in next class. Thank you.